Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, February 26th through Sunday, March 4th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue for your main message. And depending on your stone of choice this week, for your special message cards, we'll be using the Archangel Raphael deck by Doreen Virtue. So this week takes us into a new month, the month of March. You'll want to be sure to also go to my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch the monthly reading for the month of March to get a whole overview of the numerology, the energetic vibration of the month, as well as the highlight of the astrological transits. So for this, let's just start by looking at your stones of choice. And I chose all of these stones of choice for their grounding quality because we have a lot of planets right now in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. It's the last sign of the zodiac, and it's really the ruler of the spiritual realm. And so there's a lot of ungrounded energies and need to go with the flow, and just it feels like a very floaty kind of energy. So these are grounding stones. And the other thing I want to do is just share a quick update with you. And that is that for the next couple of weeks readings, and perhaps for the March monthly reading as well, as I have not recorded that yet, I'll be most likely using just stones that I have readily available as I am packing up to move to Oregon at the end of February or into the first or second week of March. But I think by the first week of March I'll be en route, and my things will be en route traveling to Oregon, and I'll be en route traveling to Oregon on a plane. So I only have so many things available here as far as my tools, my statues, my crystals, etc. So anyway, when I get settled in March and ready to go, then we'll have a lot more here available as far as stones of choice and whatnot. So this is the first stone of choice. These are all bracelets that I had in my jewelry box. And the first one here is smoky quartz. So again, these are all grounding stones, as we're going to need that grounding energy. We do have a full moon coming up this week, and again, a lot of planets in that opposite sign of Pisces going on. So the smoky quartz has a grounding effect because of the smokiness, or that darker color, the brown color within that smoky quartz. But it is a quartz, and so it still has a higher vibration to it. It opens up the crown chakra to higher energies, but also helps to ground those energies on the third dimension, or it again helps to ground us, but yet still keep us connected to the higher realms. Your second stone of choice is jasper. This is a red jasper. And that red color is going to relate to the root chakra, the base chakra, which is our center of security. This deals with financial security, job security, even perhaps in a sense emotional security. But it's that, again, that grounding energy, but yet it has a little bit of a fiery quality because of the red color. So it also is helpful with Kundalini energy and allowing that Kundalini energy to flow as well. And then your last stone of choice, this is tiger eye. And tiger eye is brown in color, but you can also see that there's golden yellow highlights within the tiger eye. So because of that, not only is it a grounding stone, because it's that brown color, but it also has that significant connection to the solar plexus chakra, which is that chakra of our personal power, our confidence, our self-identity, and how we project that spiritual power out into the universe because of, again, that golden yellow color. So this can help, again, to highlight more of a sense of upliftingness and joy and happiness, and projected, again, self-confidence and a sense of courage as we move forward on our destiny path. So again, your stones of choice are the smoky quartz, the red jasper, and the tiger eye. So let's start by looking at the transits for the week. There's quite a bit going on this week, but a lot of it is some similar planets that are connecting with other planets. So it's kind of like a repeating theme almost. We have a lot of Mercury things going on and a lot of Venus things going on this week, as well as some Jupiter. So we start out on Wednesday the 28th with the first significant aspect, which is Mercury and a challenging aspect to Mars. Now, Mercury is in the sign of Pisces, and as a matter of fact, right now we have the Sun in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces, and Chiron is in Pisces. So that's a lot of Pisces energy. Mercury in Pisces is, again, in this challenging aspect with Mars, the warrior planet, the planet of energy and action, which is in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, Mars is a fire planet. It's in a fire sign, Sagittarius, and here it is being challenged by Mercury, the ruler of the mental realm, in the water sign, Pisces, which is all about going with the flow and using our creative and artistic abilities. So the mind, Mercury, which is usually about logic and intellect, is now in that realm of creative efforts or creative sensitivities, psychic sensitivities, intuitive sensitivities. And again, this flowing divine feminine energy. So again, it kind of clashes with Mars in Sagittarius. And so what that will do is it's going to bring up a little bit of frustrations because Mars wants to go, it wants to move forward, and Mercury is like, okay, we're going to take our time, we're going to kind of slow down, we're just going to kind of be in this dreamy state and kind of move along at this divine timing, and Mars wants to go, go, go. So there might be some frustrations that come up on the mental level for us. Around that time. We might feel it again a day or two before, so you might feel that building up on Monday and Tuesday as it comes into its exact connection on Wednesday the 28th. Besides feeling a little frustrated about things, we also might have some challenging communications with other people. Mercury rules communications in all forms. And when it comes together in that challenging aspect with Mars, and again, people are potentially frustrated just within themselves. So that means when we try to have communications or meetings or telephone conversations or whatever it might be with other people, there might be a little bit of a challenge with the communication. And then on Thursday, which is the 1st of March, the very first day of March, this is when we have the full moon. But before the full moon happens, we have Venus, which is considered a benefic planet. There's two planets in astrology that we consider the benefics. One of them is Jupiter, the great benefic. The other one is Venus, the lesser benefic. Meaning, again, beneficial energies, positive energies. And actually, these two planets are coming together on Thursday before the full moon. So Venus in Pisces is coming together with Jupiter in Scorpio in a positive way because they're both in water signs. It's early in the morning hours, Eastern time. So if you're Eastern time, it happens at 6:22 a.m., meaning that you're going to feel this the day before on Wednesday as well as it starts to come closer to connection. Venus rules love, relationships, money, and finances, but again, it's in that sign of Pisces, so it has a more dreamy, go with the flow, romantic, creative kind of aspect to it. Again, it's connecting with Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. It expands whatever it touches. It's going to expand these energies of Venus. But it's in the sign of Scorpio, so it's also expanding those Scorpio energies as well. So we know the Jupiter and Scorpio energies thus far as expanding issues of empowerment versus disempowerment, power and control issues, secrets, and even transformation and transmutation of lower vibrational energies that we've been going through, especially with our belief systems. Now, as they come together, again, it's a positive aspect. So I feel like it's empowering us in a way. I feel like it's the positive aspect of Jupiter and Scorpio, which is empowering us with the Venetian energies in Pisces. So we might feel especially expanded into the sense of love and compassion and romantic energies and dreaminess and creative abilities. It'd be a good time to work on creative projects. It's a good time to connect with those that we care about, all kinds of relationships that heart chakra can expand open. Now it can also, Jupiter can also have an expansion effect with money matters, either for the positive or maybe for the not so positive. Just because it's Pisces, which is that dreamy, wonderful, unconditionally loving, compassionate quality, and it is a positive aspect, Jupiter can still expand this idea of maybe spending too much because we're going with our heart, we're going with what we want. So we do have to be a little cautious and careful with overspending with the Venus trining Jupiter that day. And then this leads us up to the full moon at 11 degrees Virgo, a little bit later in the day on Thursday. So, you know, the full moon in Virgo at 11 degrees is opposing Pisces. In fact, the sun is in Pisces at 11 degrees Pisces, while the moon is at 11 degrees Virgo. Now, we have Neptune at about 13 degrees Pisces, and so Neptune is in the mix with this full moon, which to me, again, has this aspect of needing to go with the flow, just like Pisces energy is all about. Go with the flow, trust and have faith. Things might not turn out exactly as you suspected or exactly as you had planned, but it can still be a beneficial energy if you surrender to it, if you surrender to divine timing, if you surrender to divine will, and you know that you're being guided by your angels and guides, that you're being guided by God, Goddess, universe, that higher power to what's in your highest and best interest. Now, the fact that it's, again, the moon in Virgo, sometimes the moon in Virgo wants to be overly analytical, and the moon is about our emotions anyway, and Virgo is about our intellect and analyzing abilities. So it doesn't, it doesn't really flow well together when the moon is in Virgo. So we might feel emotionally out of sorts, or being a little bit too perfectionistic within ourselves, maybe a little bit too nitpicky as far as, maybe being hard on ourselves or self-critical, especially with that full moon energy, which is, again, heightening this energy. So, just be sure that you're not being too overly logical or too hard on yourself. Don't be too much in your mind. Allow yourself to just go with the flow. On Friday, the 2nd of March, Mercury is now connecting with Jupiter. Just as Venus connected with Jupiter on Thursday, Mercury is making that same beneficial positive aspect to Jupiter on Friday morning. Again, we're going to feel this potentially the day before as well. Mercury, that planet of communication, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, is going to again, positively connect with Jupiter in Scorpio. So there's this idea with all that water there, with Mercury being in Pisces, a water sign, Jupiter in Scorpio, a water sign, to where it's about the emotions. It's about the spiritual connection we have. It's about our emotional natures. It's about our creative natures. And it's about moving with what we're passionate about, moving with what feels right to us. So Mercury with Jupiter can expand some ideas, some perceptions that we have are expanded, some ideas that we might have are creatively expanding. We're being empowered by this divine feminine way of letting our minds move through things in a creative way, and that would be the best way to utilize that energy. On Sunday the 4th, we have 3 things happening here. Sunday the 4th of March, the sun, again in Pisces, is connecting with Neptune in Pisces, and that's early in the morning, so we're going to feel that on Saturday as well, which can have an ungrounding effect, which is why I chose those grounding stones this week to choose from. The sun is our identity, our personality, how we shine our light. Neptune is very spiritual. It rules the spiritual realms. It rules the dream time. It rules things that are unseen in those realms, like angels and guides and parallel, kind of realities and things of that nature. It's really good for creativity, really good for spiritual endeavors like meditation or, practicing your intuition. Anything that's spiritual is very well handled with all of this Pisces energy that we have going on pretty much all week here. Also, Mercury and Venus now come together. As each one has just connected with Jupiter, now Mercury and Venus themselves in Pisces are coming together. So again, spiritual conversations, connecting with other people that we love, especially women. Venus rules women and, feminine connections. And so this can be about getting together with a group of like-minded women. And it doesn't have to be women, but it is very feminine in nature here. So we're really creative. We're really having those spiritual conversations and communications. We're connecting with our divine feminine nature. We're connecting with other people that have this connection to that divine feminine energy of receptivity and creativity and allowing. And again, it's about faith and trust. All that Pisces energy all week. Faith and trust that everything is moving along at the right pace, that everything is unfolding in divine timing, even if it doesn't appear to be. You just have to surrender and go with it and trust. And the last thing happening on Sunday the 4th is as Venus and Mercury are coming together, they're both connecting with Chiron in Pisces as well. Now, Chiron is the wounded healer. So, you know, I feel because Venus is that lesser benefic, a beneficial energy. And again, earlier in the week, we had connections from Mercury and Venus to Jupiter, the greater benefic, the greatest of the astrological beneficial energies. Again, this idea of expansion and growth, soul growth and evolution. Now Mercury and Venus are connecting with Chiron, and although it could potentially bring up some old wounds of a spiritual nature, of a nature that deals with unconditional love and our connectedness to source and our connectedness to one another, I feel like this is actually going to be a positive connection. I feel like there can be a lot of healing, I guess is what I want to say, because Chiron is the healer. So I feel like Mercury connecting with Chiron is going to heal our mind in some way, our thoughts, our communications with other. Venus with Chiron is going to help to heal maybe financial issues, money issues, heal relationship issues, romantic issues. It's going to heal the divine feminine within us. So a lot happening and going on. So we should probably get to the cards and see what our angels and guides have to say this week through the power angel or the archangel power deck here. Okay, so we actually start out with the 5 of Ariel. And this is like the 5 of Earth or the 5 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck, which a lot of times those 5 cards are a little challenging because 5 energy can be very sporadic and up and down and chaotic. And ungrounded, there's that word ungrounded again. So there could be a lot of things happening, and sometimes it's things happening that we didn't expect that causes us to feel like things aren't working out the way that we want to, especially with the Ariel suit, which is the Earth or Pentacle suit. This is about the 3rd dimensional plane. This is about like our career, our money matters, relationships that we have, things that are of a tangible nature are seemingly to be a little bit chaotic or ungrounded. Now the message at the bottom actually says, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So we really have to be careful with where our thoughts are going, where our belief systems are going, not allowing ourselves to become negative, not allowing the ego mind to take hold with fears, worries, and concerns. And as it says, we don't have to go through these challenges alone. Any challenges that we're dealing with, and I feel like, this card being the first card, and that first aspect that I spoke of for the week was Wednesday the 28th with Mercury, the planet of the mind, in a challenging aspect to Mars, where I said there could be some frustrations or challenging communications. I feel like, this is very timely as far as the position of where this card comes up first. You don't need to go through this alone, okay? Now, basically, we can call on our angels and guides for assistance, but that's the spiritual realm. I think we should do that anyway. But this is a card of an earthly nature, so I feel like we do need to look for help with other people or from other people. Look for assistance from family, from friends, from loved ones. Look for that support that you might need, whatever kind of support it might be that you need. Maybe get some guidance. Maybe you need to go and connect with someone who can help you in some way with health matters or career matters, or give you some sort of guidance as far as the next steps to take. So, make sure that you're reaching out and not trying to handle all of the frustration or the feeling overwhelmed by yourself. Now let's look at the second card to get more information as we travel throughout the week. Okay, now we have a Raphael card, which is the Suit of Cups. And this is the 8 of Raphael. It seems like this card has come up a lot lately in the past weeks. The 8 of Raphael, like the 8 of Cups, is usually about something that's disempowering to us, because that number 8 is about our sense of power. And the message at the bottom of this card says, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. So as it says, there's something better waiting. So, again, we're suggesting that there's something emotionally out of balance here. We're feeling disempowered. Maybe a situation seems like it's taking our power from us. Maybe a relationship seems like it's taking our power from us. In truth, we only can give our power to someone else or to something else. You know, it's time to own your power. It's time to take back your power. It's time to empower yourself and make choices that are in your highest and best interest. Now, sometimes that can be really difficult and really scary. But again, there's something better waiting. So if you're in a situation or circumstance that is challenging, or you're being held back or limited by it, whatever that might be, then again, the universe, your angels and guides are asking you to take a look at that. Take a look at how you're being disempowered by that, because the truth of the matter is that your soul is here to experience everything that you ever dreamed for. Your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. Your soul is here to have, you know, all of your dreams come true, financial, career, relationship-wise. And so it's up to you to kind of take that power back and, you know, merge with your spiritual power. Be confident, be courageous, take a walk across this bridge, leave the old behind and walk towards the new here, okay? All right, let's look at the last card for the week. And the last card is a Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana number 14, and it's called Solutions in this deck with Archangel Zadkiel. Now, the message at the bottom says, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Now, in the traditional tarot deck, Major Arcana number 14 is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card does have an aspect of patience with it. And it's about balance. It's like we're needing to stay balanced in all aspects within ourselves and in our lives, and have a little bit of patience as things start to come together, or the energies start to unfold in a particular way. And what I feel like when I say that is, again, we're in a lot of Pisces energy right now. And that Pisces energy is not action-oriented. It's not necessarily about making things happen. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't make things happen. It doesn't mean that you can't make a decision to move forward. But what it does mean is that even as you're taking actions and you're making certain decisions to keep moving forward on your path, you have to have that aspect of surrender, trust, and faith, which is the Pisces energy. You have to trust in the divine. You have to trust in God. You have to trust in your angels and guides leading you to the right circumstances or on the right path. You have to trust yourself. Trust that your higher soul self is guiding you to the right next steps to take. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition and intuitive guidance are what right now is necessary, and that's going to trump all logic or all, wanting to analyze a situation. So again, there's solutions out there, just as the card suggests. And here we have Archangel Zadkiel, and the rays of light are shining down in between these darker clouds or storm clouds. So there's light ahead. There's light being shown. The way is being lit for you to follow. Your archangels, your guides, those of the light, the healers of the light, are helping you, assisting you, guiding you, bringing healing to you. And again, there's that aspect of forgiveness and healing energy, like the card says, with Mercury and Venus coming together with Chiron at the end of the week. Okay, so allow yourself, again, allow that healing to take place. Allow the healing rays of God, allow the healing light here that's coming down to stream forth upon you and lift you up, transmute lower vibrational energies. Okay, so again, that first word, success, okay? Success is going to come from balance. Success comes from compromise, as it says. So stay balanced, and everything is, again, moving in the right direction, okay? So just believe in divine timing is the message that we have for the week. Now let's go ahead and take a look at, and I chose the Archangel Raphael deck because of the healing energy of Pisces that we have going on, the healing energy of Chiron. So Archangel Raphael is the healing archangel. And for those of you that chose the smoky quartz people, this one's calling my attention for smoky quartz. Wow, okay, it says yes. Okay, so if you had a question before the reading, the answer is yes. And it actually says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me trust my feelings as the accurate barometer of truth. Okay, so whatever you had a question on, if you had an intuition about it, if you felt like you were being guided to do something or make a decision in a certain way or follow a certain path, this is confirmation from Archangel Raphael that yes, your intuition is accurate. Yes, follow that path. Yes, make that change, whatever it might be. Or at least take the next steps towards that. If you don't totally feel ready to just, you know, all of a sudden flip the switch and make the total change, at least take the next steps towards that. That might be doing some research, you know, to find out more information about what that decision might be about or what that path might look like should you follow it. All right, so for those of you that chose the red jasper, okay, let's give this a bit of a shuffle and ask to be shown the red jasper, and this one here is sticking out for me. Red jasper people. Second opinion. Second opinion. Get a second opinion. It says, "Dear God and Archangel Raphael, guide me to the best healthcare professionals for this situation." So this might actually be about a health situation in your life, but I feel like this is not just about getting a second opinion as far as doctor, nutritionist, or health-wise. This is getting a second opinion maybe about any decision that you're trying to make in your life. Like, let's say you're trying to think about maybe changing careers and wondering if that's the best course of action for you. You know, ask some friends or ask your family or, you know, ask someone that you trust, you know, if that feels like something you should do or what they think about the situation. Now, you should always listen to your own intuition when you're making such an important important decision or change in your life. But know that you can ask other people. Maybe ask a guidance counselor, ask a life coach, even potentially get a reading and see, am I on the right path? Am I in alignment with my truth by making this particular decision or thinking about making this decision? So get a second opinion with whatever it is that you're a little wary about or that you're unsure about, and you know, see if that can help you or help to provide you some clarity. All right, and then for those of you that chose the tiger's eye, so let's give this a little shuffle right away. This one's showing itself to me. So tiger's eye, acceptance. Okay, acceptance. And it says at the bottom, "Dear God and Archangel Raphael, please help me accept that everything is going in the right direction." And so we've been talking a lot about this Pisces energy and divine timing and surrender and knowing that you're being, you know, divinely guided in the right time. And that's exactly what this is saying, to accept that everything is divinely unfolding. I also feel that this is about acceptance within your own self. This is you know, accepting your truth, accepting what you're passionate about, accepting yourself without judgment, accepting maybe other people that maybe there's been some you know, concerns with or some tension with, to accept them, you know, as the beautiful souls that they are. So there's a lot here that surrounds this week with the idea of just, again, surrender. That word surrender keeps coming up strongly with this idea of acceptance. You know, accepting yourself, accepting your truth, accepting your path, accepting where you're at and the time that it's taking for things to unfold or for you to make changes. Just accept that that's your truth and that's okay. It's actually right for you, okay? All right, so I hope everyone has liked this weekly reading. I'm hoping to, as I am in transit again to Oregon very soon, I'm hoping that I'm able to continue, and I'm actually, you know, planning on continuing to do the weekly readings as well as, like I said, the monthly reading for March. So that is my plan. If something happens, then you'll know about it. If the next week's reading isn't posted, then you'll know somehow I got caught up and overwhelmed. But it is my intention to continue with the weekly readings, and once I get settled for sure, I will be continuing, as well as being open and available again for readings, healing consultations, hypnosis sessions, etc., via phone, via Skype, via email, for all of you. So be sure to check out my website, and again, be sure to tune into my Facebook messages and my YouTube channel for updates. So I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings.